Hi guys, I'm Therapy Through Pixels, and today I'll be painting a watercolor portrait of the protagonist from Metaphor ReFantazio. I'll be using my White Knight watercolor set. Here's what they look like. The brushes I'm using are the Transcend set, which is like 10 bucks from Walmart. The black one's kind of fancy. It's a Raphael. They're like $20 or $30 per brush. And then you have Artist Loft, which is like 5 bucks at Michael's. Um, I really couldn't say that the Raphael is worth the money, to be honest, but you do see me use it a lot. I do like it. Oh, and this is on Strathmore mixed media paper. I transfer my sketch onto the paper using carbon paper. Sometimes I just leave it like that. Sometimes I erase it and go back over it with like a water soluble colored pencil. It just kind of depends on what mood I'm in. So I've done a light wash with the watercolors, and then I'll start building up the layers. For this portrait, I really wanted to go ham on the colors. I wanted his face to be full of different, vibrant hues, and you'll see later it really starts to pop off. It's a little nerve-wracking because watercolors are unpredictable, but I find that helps me loosen up and not be so stressed about trying to make things look perfect. I never really know what the final piece is gonna look like, and there's some freedom in that. Anyway, how are you guys liking the game? I really enjoyed this breakaway from Persona. Don't get me wrong, I love the Persona games, but this game was a nice breath of fresh air. The combat was great, the class system was great, the characters are fantastic, the world and the lore was super interesting, and I appreciated like the sociological aspects of the game and how it tackled some pretty tough topics. One thing I did miss from the Persona games is having a banger soundtrack. The songs in Metaphor were just less memorable for me. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way just to listen to the soundtrack in the same way like I would for the Persona games. And I don't think it's the setting that's necessarily to blame. Like, you can have a fantasy setting like Final Fantasy XIV and still nail the music every time. And like, I know different composers, yada yada, but yeah, the music just wasn't quite there for me. I was bummed out at first that you couldn't romance any of the companions, but after having beaten the game, I don't know. I think I might prefer it like this. I'm still kind of on the fence about it, honestly, but I don't know. The characters were just so amazing. I love Heisme. I don't think there was a single character I outright disliked. And the character design is so good. So good. You'll be seeing so much fan art from me. I'm sorry, this is now a Metaphor fan art channel. Kidding. I'm actually playing Veilguard right now and just finished a portrait for one of the characters, but I don't know. Veilguard's just not really gripping me the same way Metaphor did. Like, I'm playing Veilguard and all I want to do is go back and do a second playthrough of Metaphor. So yeah, anyway, the portrait's coming along nicely. I think from here you can really tell where my mileage as an artist has gone. Like, it's all in the face and the hair. Clothings, accessories, forget about it. I hate painting clothing. I guess hate is kind of a strong word. I'm less experienced and they're like, kind of uncomfortable painting clothing. But yeah, I'm done with the watercolor part of this portrait. Now there's just a couple of things I want to do with color pencils. Like, I want to do the details on his accessory, his clothing, make some colors in his face more vibrant and put some colors in his hair. For that, I'll be using my very old Prismacolor set. These babies have got to be over a decade old. I'm not even joking about that. There's been times where I just completely stepped away from making art. I don't know if you feel me on this, but sometimes, like, life happens, you get busy, or you get in a funk. These Prismas have been with me through it all, man. It's only within like the last year that I've really started to get back into art again, and it's been so nice to reunite with this part of myself. It's like coming home in a way. Anyway, this guy is looking pretty good. Can I just say, I wish they had forced him to be named Will instead of letting you choose, because having Will as a canonical name, considering his origins, for those of you who've beaten the game, is just a chef's kiss. Like, you gotta hand it to Atlas. Like, they really nail their themes. Now I'm going to be adding some highlights with this Uniball Signo. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. Kind of can't recommend. But it gets the job done. I also had these two little speckles from earlier that I'm going to cover up with white, so they're just like less noticeable. And we're done. Here he is. Kind of looking like he got in a fist fight with a rainbow, but yeah, there he is. Don't worry about the clothes. Anyway, I've got a couple more portraits done. I'm just editing now, so you'll be seeing a bit more stuff from me more frequently here. I hope you look forward to it. Bye.